Hello and welcome to another Demis Hellen tutorial. Today we have Helm on screen and we're going to take a look at it. It's the first time that I've ever even pressed any keys to hear what it sounds like. I've read so many good things about it and let's just have a listen. So we're going to take a walk through but let's just listen to what the oscillators sound like first. So from here it looks like we've got two oscillators and they're set to source. Let's have a listen. It sounds really tight. Alright, so we have saw and you can cycle here. Interesting. So let's have a look. Right, so we've got two oscillators, we've got a sub and the mixer. So let's turn off that on the mixer. So we have sine, triangle, square, saw up, saw down, a three-step, so it's like a, I'd say that's more like a square wave, but stepped, hence it's called step, 4-step, 8, pyramid, 5 pyramid, 9 pyramid. Interesting. So if we turn up oscillator 2, put this back to saw. It's modulation, but mixing the two together? I'm not entirely sure. Let's have a sine. So it looks like you can use oscillator B or oscillator 2 to modulate oscillator 1, I think. That's what that's doing there. So it's like FM modulation in a way. We have tune and transpose, so they do what they say on the box. We'll leave it as one oscillator, so it's easy to see what's going on. We have unison, so okay, so I take it that means 9 voices. Unison. Ooh, sounds like we could make a good supersaw here. Seems we're on this topic this month at the moment. Interesting. I'll have a mess around with that at some point. So we've got unison feature here. Let's just put that down to one voice. Tune. A nice sense tuning there. Can we get it back to 0? That's you can double click it. Transpose obviously does what it says on tin. See, that is a really good pitch bend. This has got a really good solid engine. I would definitely recommend this just based on the oscillators. Sounds really good. Alright, so we have a sub oscillator as well, so let's hold down the key. I think we can take this down an octave. Looks like some sort of offset. Let's just turn the oscillator. It's like a bit of a trancey gate sort of thing on it. If you look at the visuals at the top, you can see it's offsetting like 2 sine waves. Anyway, we'll have a mess around with that. And it's a good solid bass. If you've got the headphones on, that sounds awesome. Right, let's put oscillator 1 back up. We'll turn this off. Let's just add some noise. So this just looks like there's no noise generator on here. So this is just purely white noise volume. Okay. Love the visuals up here. Okay, so amplitude. So we have an ADSR here. How do we... ADSR can be assigned to anything by the looks of things. So it's like a reminiscent of Massive and Serum. Disconnect from filter drive. Right, so we can attach this to anything, not just the main sound. Right, so this is our main output, so let's make a pluck. It's quite... Okay, I'll take that. And let's apply this. We'll have it like this, and then we'll have the filter do the job on this. So okay, so that's resonance cut off. Let's put it on 24. Envelope depth. So I take it this relates to this one. No, this one. Okay, right, so we're not going to attach it to anything. Looks like it's already like default set to this section. Let's just remove the resonance. We'll just add a tiny amount in. Sounds a little bit not attacky. There we are. So obviously this is attached to here, but you can add it to multiple other things by the looks of things. So there's no limit to what they can be attached to. There's just 3 of them. Alright, so let's just drag and drop our synth samples on here, our MIDI stuff. Interesting. So do we have any... No, we don't have any stuff on there. Okay, I'm just going to turn the volume down a tad here. Ah, we have synth 1 on, that's why I was going to say that didn't sound right. It's got a really nice sound. Very nice. Got a bit of a built-in drive. This is really powerful. I didn't realise how powerful this was actually going to be. Okay, so we have mono LFOs and a poly LFO here. So these are set to your values as described. So if we set that to quarters, and we'll attach it to oscillator 2. So you could phase in that there using that, or you could put it on 16ths. Oh, no, we don't want to do that. Disconnect from shape tempo. So you can. So you can hear the LFO is actually controlling the volume of oscillator 2. You can control the transpose. You can get like a nice little clippy sound there to add some more transient detail if you used it right. Let's just remove it from transpose. Let's put this to 24. Or not. 24. So if you wanted that, that is a really good thing. Let's just get rid. Probably better to attach it to a pan or something like that. Right, okay, so step sequencer, I didn't see that before. We'll have a look at the step sequencer in a minute. Let's go onto Stutter. So I'm just thinking, okay, so you could just use that as an arpeggiator. Interesting. You can stagger them. Very nice. So we've got a built-in stutter. That's quite a handy feature to have sometimes. Oh, we have an arpeggiator at the top as well. Didn't even see this. Right, so distortion. Let's have a look at the effects. So soft clip, hard clip, sine fold. With a mix knob. Sounds really good. Let's have some delay. Tempo dotted, triplet seconds. Okay, so you got a good like overhaul of like effects here. Let's test the reverb. This is always like the biggie. Not great, as I suspected. Usually reverbs aren't too great. Probably why Synth 1 left it out in the first place. Let's have a look at formant. Okay, it does what it says on the tin. So I really like this synth. I didn't realise how good it was going to be. Alright, so let's have a step sequencer on here. So if we move these over, I'm just going to play some notes in here. We'll just keep the metronome going. Okay, so I've played a little bit too late into it there. We'll just neaten this up. Just quantize that. Put that on the end of there. Then we can shift it all back. Move anyway. We'll just bring it out of there. Okay, so we have that'll do for the demonstration. So let's use this sequencer. So you have to attach the sequencer to something. Okay, let's attach it to volume of oscillator 1. Okay, I'll turn that down a second. So it's pretty slow at the moment, so let's increase this to... Oh, we don't want to do that. Keep getting to turn this off. 16ths. That's quite an interesting... Okay, so it's 8 steps. Let's just make it 4 steps so we can see it easily. See, it doesn't seem to be doing anything now. So... Aha, right, I see how it's working now. So, very interesting. That's something to work with and suss out how it works. It's not just an on and off. It's like kind of a on and off bi-directional there. I'll look into that at some point, but that could be quite a good feature to use. So let's just turn this back up. Oops, didn't want to do that. Let's get rid of that, drag this back over. Oh, we seem to have gone smaller here. So we have looked at all of these things, poly, like that's the same as these two LFOs. We have this mod envelope here as well, which I take it you can just assign to all different things. So we haven't looked at the ARP and the feedback. So let's have a look at feedback. It's -12 this. Okay, so it's just literally what it says, and it's acting like a distortion in almost that roundabout way, changing the harmonics of the sound. So all good and well. Probably use that in some sort of synth design. Let's just double click that, get that back. Let's have a look at the ARP. So we are going to need this back. So bearing in mind we've only got 2 notes on here, 16, so let's do it on 8th, gate, octaves, pattern, up, down, and as played and random. Okay, let's add a 3rd note into this to make it sound really interesting. Just trying to work out how I'd make a bass here. Let's just put this in. Let's go up to F and join the notes here, and then we've got A and D, so let's drop a G and that. I'm just gonna fix these lengths. Let's have it an octave up. It's got a really good sound. Put a bit of delay on that. Filter it in. So, as we've just been using this, I have not encountered any glitching, dropouts in the audio or anything. It's just worked spot on. So I cannot recommend this enough. I'm definitely going to be using this in a future production, probably for some sort of arpeggio, because a lot of synths at the moment don't include ARPs. You have to make them in the envelope sections and stuff, so it is really nice. I know Hive 2's definitely got one, but stuff like Massive and Serum, they don't have a dedicated ARP section. You have to make it yourself in the envelopes, so it's nice to see. Okay, let's add a bit of a sub in. Add it as a saw. Okay, we'll add a bit of white noise in here. Just to include some of that transient detail, let's add the 2nd oscillator in. Bring it down to 12. There's only a little bit of click on the bottom, but it's probably because the releases are right down at 0. So let's just do that again. There, it's gone now. So that is Helm. This is one hell of a synth. I don't even know why I've not discovered this before. Not to even mention that we've got like the voicing, pitch bend, velocity track here, portamento, porta type, and legato. So essentially you get, if we didn't have this on, you get a nice slide between the notes. But I take it you'd have to activate it somehow. But hey ho. So I'm going to put this preset out for free. I didn't think it was going to be this good. We do have some keyboard modulation as well, aftertouch, mod wheel, random, velocity, so a lot of things that you'd find in Massive and Serum as well. I'm glad to see the velocity set in there. That's really handy for when you're making really quiet plucks. That's the key to the Pluck Stars preset that I get for Massive. If you haven't seen that, that is on screen now if you want to go and download it. It's had over 2,000 downloads to date. Yeah, it's a really powerful synth. Really powerful. Okay, so if we hit save here, see, look at even this. We'll call it ARP, because it is an ARP essentially. ARP first try. Author is Demis Hellen. Factory presets user. New bank. So we'll call it DHM, Demis Hellen Music. Folder, so you can even set it to a folder, new folder, instead of where it goes factory wise. So we'll just save it to the factory presets. Seems to be an issue somewhere. New folder, okay, we'll just call it DHM. There we are, so it couldn't save to a folder, so it's in DHM in the standard place. Also, what I haven't gone into is that's my own preset there, DHM, ARP first try. There are a plethora of sounds already built in, old factory presets ARPs. So let's just have a look at a couple of these ARPs. See, listen, these are easily usable. Prairie ARP. Really nice sounds. These should get more press than what they've had, because I haven't seen them before. And these sounds are amazing. This whole synth. Right. So I've clicked these. So if we go to, do they have leads? Super Saw Gate. Let's just octave that. Got a bit of distortion on there, but... So you can hear some of the sounds. That's in here. Keys. Let's have a listen to some bass sounds. Let's just transpose this. See, listen to these sounds, man. That's a really nice sub. Stab bass. Sub layer for trap kicks. Terror bass, trap bass. I think there's some room to make some trance presets here. Gritty bass. See, that's a good one. Wow. Okay, so that is Helm. Have a look through those presets. There are so many, and obviously there's going to be stuff available online that I haven't even looked into yet. I'm going to develop some trance presets alongside this with Synth 1. These are going to be all available for free, of course, because if the presets are made on a free synth, they're going to stay free. I'm not going to charge for those. That's ridiculous. So that one's in the description, and you just head over to my Facebook and you can grab that for free. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you are going to use this synth or you already use it and you've got some presets you want to share, let me know, because we have Demis, Hellen chat on Facebook now, and you can share your ideas, presets and stuff like that. If you want to share it with the community, you can do. That would be awesome if you wanted to head over there. And finally, if you haven't already, give the video a like if you think it deserves it. Leave me a comment and let me know, do you use this or not? Because that would be really good to know if I'm the only one that's in the dark with this. And finally, subscribe. 2 videos per week. If you hit the bell button, you will hear about them first. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.